Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. Welcome to the Chaos120 live stream for the first Friday night installment of 2018. It is January 5th. I am your MC for this evening. With me, of course, is always our panel. We have with us GCV.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
Irving Twin.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Mentis Tree.
How's it going, eh?
Sylvanas Darkangel.
Konnichiwa.
6 minutes.
I'm not dead yet.
Yet. Keyword.
And yours truly. So, what is going on in the world in 2018? What's happening? Anything going on, folks? Clue me in.
Officer down.
Good place to start.
Yeah, well, get it out of the way first. Say our prayers. Our hearts are with them. Syl, you want to take us through it?
Officer down in New Jersey City. Lieutenant Christopher Rabut, I don't know. Not going to butcher the officer's name. Was struck and killed by a vehicle while checking on the welfare of another driver who had been involved in an accident on the New Jersey Turnpike near exit 14. The lieutenant, who was in uniform on his way to work shortly after 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, had exited his personal vehicle and was walking towards the accident scene when another vehicle fatally struck him. Lieutenant has served with New Jersey City Police Department for 23 years and was assigned to the East District. He will be survived by his wife and 3 children.
Oh, Lord. Horrible. I go out with those poor folks.
That's
Agreed.
rough, man.
And he wasn't even clocked on. Tells you how good of a person he was.
Yeah. It's the good ones that go first. That's, only the good die young, like the song goes. It's a sin. It really is. Oh, Lord.
Moment of silence, please, for this fallen officer. Thank you.
Yeah, I just hope that they do well for him by his fam,
Mm-hmm.
do right by them. That's, it's things like these that make you realize, those of us who are fortunate enough to have our family and loved ones close to us, tie the guys. Seriously, hold them close, count your blessings. All right. Yeah, let's pick up the tempo a little bit, guys. This is a sad thing, but we got 2 hours to go through, and let's try to get it a little bit more upbeat. Six,
I had
my
to turn
man.
off my camera.
Yes. What's up?
Do we have anything
Funny
going
news?
on? Yeah, any good news to bring up the tempo a little bit?
Are you talking about chaos news or just general news in general?
Either or, man. It's all you. What do you want to do?
Yeah, you're the news guy.
Okay.
To be honest, at first when you said, do you have any good news? It reminded me of those guys that used to come up to my door and ask me, have you heard the good news? And I got some flashbacks.
Scoop has funny stories.
Yeah. Really quick before we segue into the news with 6. I am actually marked. My house is a black box on the Jehovah's Witness map, like the door-to-door map that they have in the neighborhood. My house is actually a black box. Yeah, I delivered pizza to the Kingdom Hall in my neighborhood once. And I see the map, and I'm looking at the map, and I see that my house is a black box. And I go, why is this house a black box? Oh, those folks, they don't wish to hear the word.
Evil resides there.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I got a black box for the exact opposite reason, because I spoke too in depth about the Bible to these guys.
Yeah, I did the same thing. So
Now, I had a buddy lived in my neighborhood, and when we were 19, 20 years old, his parents were always away, so he had the house to himself. He had these Jehovah's Witnesses come to his door, and he entertained them. He talked to them for a little while, about 20 minutes on the porch. Week later, they came back, talked to him again, and he just was so friendly to them, so nice, that they kept coming back, and he kept like feeding into, oh yeah, you're going to save me kind of mentality. Until, because I don't know if you guys have ever done this. If you do this long enough, the Jehovah's Witnesses will offer you actual books, not just like a pamphlet, but a hardcover book that's got to cost like $20 to $30. And he set them up for this over a period of weeks, that when they finally came back and said, yeah, we'd like you to take a look at this book. It's got some great stuff in it. He opens it up and starts flipping through it, and suddenly tears out a page from the middle and shoves it in his mouth and starts chewing it thoughtfully and says, this book is pretty good. They never came back. Never.
Damn.
Yeah.
I still say Scoob's story is funnier.
Probably, but I mean,
I gotta ask you,
good.
Scoob.
That's weeks worth of fucking input to get to this point.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That is great.
Yeah, that is.
Rolling right there.
That's cool.
I gotta ask you this question, Scoob, because you're the man who will know this.
Mhm.
Exactly what is the topping preferences of the Jehovah's Witness?
Good question. For whatever reason, they have a real thing for minced fresh garlic. That fucking pie stunk. I had to get so many air fresheners for the car. Like, the jars of fresh garlic, we would just drain the fluid out and just put that all over their pie.
Hello.
Interesting.
Sounds like we're getting some sexy talk in here going on. What is up?
Garlic is a
Hey,
sexy subject.
What are we putting on our pie?
Well,
Jehovah's Witnesses like their pizza smothered in garlic for some reason.
to be fair, they're the average age of the Jehovah's Witness is probably about 60 pieces.
Mm.
You guys ever notice terrible garlic breath smells sort of similar to fucking terrible cock breath?
No, I've never put myself in a situation where I could compare the two. And I used to work in the village, so.
I mean, Irving, it sounds like you have a lot of experience with that. Sounds like you have some good stories.
Yes, I've gotten blowjobs before.
Maybe you should shower a little more regularly if you're getting horrible fucking garlicky cock breath from the lady afterwards, man. That's all I'm saying.
It could have to do with how much garlic I consume. Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh God. So, Six, you got those news stories?
I do.
I'm never gonna be able to eat garlic again.
Just before I get to that, I just wanted to make mention
every time you do
that I am narrowing down my list of topics. It was a list of 10. Now it's down to 5 for my February collaboration video. So it's we're getting towards the time where I'm
Nitro, is that my brother? No, that's somebody new.
That's your brother's roommate.
I just recognized the blue stripe thingy. That's why I was asking.
That is your brother's roommate.
Same clan,
that's the
apparently.
Yeah, that's the official flag of their apartment.
All these new people, all these other people in here today.
Semi-new.
Dude, you and I are still other people
not
in here
new.
today.
I'm
Sorry,
new.
just people like dropping in. Okay, whatever, semantics.
It's chaos, man. That's the whole point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Greg
fuck
likes the
semantics.
one that named them. Yeah.
Oh boy.
2 hours non-stop chaos.
I have a very interesting story here. If I can survive reading it. Let's see. Man on his way to drug deal asks California cops for directions. Because, well, if anybody's going to know where a drug sting is, it's going to be the cops.
Fair
Crime
enough.
doesn't pay. If it did, maybe he would have bought a GPS. A Reading resident is behind bars after allegedly illegally parking next to two uniformed police officers. Yes, they were wearing their uniforms at the time. Then asking them how to get to the site of a planned drug deal. Around 1:45 a.m., because that's precisely when you want to ask the cops for directions. Tuesday morning, police say Chris Meng Lee parked his black BMW in front of a red painted curb and a fire hydrant near the intersection of Church and North Streets in Anderson. The 40-year-old Reading man then walked over to two Anderson Police Department officers sitting in their squad cars and asked for directions to a mobile home park at the crossroads of two streets that don't intersect, according to Anderson Police Department media release. The officers asked in return if they could search his car. He agreed, because why the hell not? They found 2 bags containing about 1.5 pounds of marijuana in Lee's trunk and a loaded gun in the driver's door pocket, according to the police report. Oh, shit.
So somebody got done fucked up and made some officer look really good.
Yeah, they did his work. They did their work for them. This guy's just, yeah.
You might have said, hey, officer, I got 1 pound of weed. Arrest me.
Yeah. Oh.
But here's my question, though. Do you think he would do the work for just any other professional? Like, could I bring that guy to my job and be like, hey, I'm going to clock in, you do my work, because apparently that's just what you do for the cops. Do it.
You'd probably do it for free. Oh, man. As a convicted felon, he is barred from owning a firearm and live ammunition. Certainly. Search my car where I know I have a loaded firearm, which I'm not supposed to have because I'm a convicted felon. Oh, the genius on this man is exquisite. It's just too bad he's not from Florida. The police
Are you
then
sure
asked,
he's not from Florida and just happens to live in California?
You know, I can't prove his origin.
I can only. And that sounds like a Florida.
Yeah, yeah. He sounds like he's from Florida. But this is a California story, so I can only assume that he's from California.
And Yin Wolf says he will be on America's Dumbest Criminals.
Hopefully, and I will watch that with eager anticipation. Oh boy!
I wonder how many Florida people are on that.
I would say a lot of them, because as I remember, Cops had a lot of Florida people.
I would say that would be the list. It just comes down to if they're in the same county or not. From Florida.
Right. Okay, the police then asked and received permission from Lee to search his cell phone because
oh god,
you're already in it this far. Why not? Let's see. Text messages between Lee and another phone number allegedly indicated that he had been on his way to sell the pot before getting lost. Lee was booked into Shasta's County Jail on suspicion of possession of marijuana for sales, possession of a firearm by a felon, carrying a concealed loaded firearm in a vehicle, and driving without a valid license. Because if you want to put an icing on top, why not have an invalid license? It should be noted that our officers are always willing to assist the motoring public with directions when they get lost. However, we would encourage the public not to illegally park their vehicles and approach our officers and
hey, my brother!
Oh.
Hey, guys, for the win.
We are now broadcasting from the well.
Son of a bitch. One of many other problems I've had today. Give me a second here.
Alrighty. The police department said in its release, especially while illegally possessing loaded firearms and drugs. Oh, they forgot to mention the invalid license. Oh, he has a high point. It's a high point 380.
That's I don't know about that gun.
It's as high points go. It would not be my first choice.
Yeah, that brand sucks ass.
Yeah, it's better than you might think.
I don't know about that one.
I own 3 myself, and they're pretty reliable. You know, the triggers suck.
I guess.
It's nice to know my little brother's looked at as the Echo King.
Hey, don't feel bad. I practically had to go beat the hell out of this phone with a baseball bat to go and clock into work because the stupid system's giving me a hard time. You know, and I literally had to spend 15 minutes on hold and let them know, hey, you know, it's not that I was incredibly late because I got here. I literally raced like a bat out of fucking hell. That's fucking Nitro here. I ran like a fucking banshee after he kicked me and I was like, hey, dude, you're going to be late for work. And I went, huh? What? Oh, fuck. Yep. I got here at 10, punched in like 1 or 2 minutes later, and this system's giving me a hard time. I'm about ready to, fucking whip a baseball bat out on this fucker or like start pistol whipping it with the fucking duty gun. I'm just like, oh. So I call the fucking supervisor, like, dude, don't worry. You're not the first person to call me. I've got like 10 other people backlogged for the same problem. I was like, oh, okay, thanks. Bye. Click.
Also, hi, Burnside. How you doing?
Oh, fucking crazy, man. I need some whiskey in my coffee already.
I gotta tell you, though, I see the two of you with those fucking banners in the background, and suddenly I want colors. I want a fucking team. What the fuck is this shit?
Join the depending on what you're repping.
Well, if you want, I can give you that Kekistan flag design.
I have a Kekistan flag. Do you not see that shit?
He wants our logo now.
Oh,
but I mean, I want like a Irving Twin colors. You have Burnside colors.
What is an Irving color? Like,
I'm not sure.
Is that just like a big white flag of we surrender, or?
No, that shit's rainbow, dog. Or the black and brown edition.
The guy with the massive white background is saying, "Do you have a white flag?" Get the fuck out of here!
Hey, at least I can admit it.
What I would like to see is as a flag with Justin Trudeau kind of sprawled out like Joe Namath in the 1970s.
That would not be my colors. Come on. you know I hate that little cock bitch.
I mentioned this before. I have to give him shit just because.
You're tight with his wife's 3 boyfriends.
Oh, motherfucker. That's sick.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Didn't mean to derail there. Let's.
Okay. Hey, if anybody assumed that James Bond was from the UK, wherever the hell Jason Bourne is from, or even Batman from Gotham, you would be wrong. They're all from Provo, Utah. And the reason I say this is because a man breaks into evidence room undetected, takes back bike.
And just in my country's defense, apparently Ian Fleming met a Canadian CSIS agent and based James Bond off of that guy, off of the Canadian spy.
Fucking way.
Go fucking look into it, man. It was a Canadian dude who did not give a fuck. And he made him into James Bond. Yeah.
Pro-Canadian propaganda I call bullshit.
Yeah, go look into it. It.
Canadians are sneaky. If you live in New York and you listen real quiet at night, you can hear us sharpening up our ice skates, ready to come over and steal your cheese.
Is that true, Scoop?
It's Leary, right?
I don't know. I can't.
Yep.
I really can't give them over to crackheads roasting up in the alleys. So.
Well, you know that they make their secret shekels off all the hats that they're throwing on the ice for hat tricks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's tax
the black market for used baseball caps. Anyhow, let's hear about the Dark Knight from Utah.
Let's go.
Provo police say a man broke into the department's evidence room undetected and took back his bike. Deseret News reported Thursday that the burglary went unnoticed until the person who originally was found with the bike was arrested again and told officers David Elwin Snow was bragging that he pulled off the crime of the century. I think he may have. The 37-year-old Snow and his brother had gone to the department on December 18th to retrieve the bike, but since they never reported it stolen, they had a hard time verifying it was Snow's bike. Police accused Snow of stealing it the same night after seeing where it was being stored. The bike was found Wednesday at Snow's grandmother's house. Police Sergeant Nisha King says such a heist has never happened at the department. Go to the box,
That's
feel shame.
Funny. Oh, God.
Is Provo a smaller city in, you said Utah?
Utah, yeah.
Is it a smaller city?
It's average-ish. I would say probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 75 to 100,000, maybe. I don't know. That's
so their evidence within their lockup is not like entirely undefended,
right? It's not like
for a single dude to just right for a single dude to just go get his bike. That's actually kind of impressive. Like I'm impressed.
It's not exactly the Gotham PD, but yeah, it's kind of impressive. I would say this guy's got some skills.
It's not a magnet in a fucking cube van outside the fucking evidence room.
This guy is like
Breaking Bad.
A few smoke bombs short of being Batman.
He only had one parent that died.
Oh yeah, and he's not sure which one it was. Oh man,
is that because they're both trans? What?
Yeah,
that was dry. That was fucking 6-level dry. That was fucking terrible.
Here, let me go put my soundboard up, shall I?
Go
yes, I do not have that
I
up.
blame you for this, Irv.
What? Yeah, that's totally my fault. Not gonna lie.
I
take full responsibility for whatever happens from here on out.
What, my soundboard?
Your soundboard, yeah.
What, you guys have a problem with my soundboard?
Only when you abuse it. I know you were excited when you had like your new
you want to know something? You want to know something? A lot of our viewers love when I abuse the soundboard. I'm not joking.
Hey,
name two.
Surprise me.
When you use it well, it's totally valuable. But there comes a point, you know, you can smoke weed and you can do the odd hallucinogenic, but there comes a point where you're abusing it.
There's a slight malfunction problem at the moment. Let me figure this out.
Oh, why does that surprise me? You guys.
So here's a big question. What should be this guy's theme song? I nominate "Bicycle" by Queen.
Criminal by Michael Jackson.
Bat Dance from Prince.
Hey, Sil, we got 2 requests. We got one from, if I can pronounce this correctly, Drom Tech Marine wants you to, if you don't have Big Man Tyrone on your soundboard, you need to add Big Man Tyrone. And Yin Wolf wants you to turn on your camera because he likes looking at you. I'm
yes, I fixed it.
South African representation for you, sir.
Well,
I'm sorry, Pox. I'm still deaf from whatever that sound was.
That was my soundboard.
I was asking whoever that was. My avatar isn't enough South African representation for them. We have to bring Big Man Tyrone into this shit.
Oh man.
Hey, Six. Do you have a article from Colleen Bernier? Seeing how she's in chat, I could do her thingy if I could find the damn sound. Hold up.
Well, it just happens that I have another one queued up, and it's quite a doozy. If you thought the first guy was stupid, you'll love this guy.
Let me find the sound first. Okay, I found the sound first. This should make Colleen Bernier happy. This comes from the sound is thanks to Mining Freedom.
Here are the latest news from Chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier. It's Florida, man.
That's so cool.
That's cool. Even though this,
you know what though, that is a thing that is like both cool and totally fucking gay at the same time.
Yeah, man,
like it's so much fun. It's so much fun, but it is so fucking dry.
It's pretty awesome, even though that this is an Ohio story, but it should be a Florida man story. Okay, man used bank robbery cash to buy engagement ring.
I will be right back since somebody wants me on camera, and I right now look like I belong in Walmart.
Go gussy up,
people of Walmart. That's
I do because I use my camera.
Okay. Authorities say a man robbed a bank in Ohio and used the money to buy his fiancée an engagement ring. What a romantic!
Well, that's nice of him.
Oh yeah.
I remember hearing about this guy.
So after this, I'll tell you what the winner of my my romance novel Buccaneer name was. Okay, the Hamilton Middleton Journal News reports 36-year-old Dustin Peterson has been charged with robbing a Fifth Third Bank branch in Trenton on December 16th. Oh, so Ohio has a Trenton as well. Let's see. Police say records show that Peterson spent $4,500 on an engagement ring less than an hour after the robbery and presented it the next day. A Trenton police detective said in court Wednesday the robbery netted $8,800. Decent. Police say Peterson became a suspect after a man wearing an identical hat robbed a Butler County bank 6 days later. Peterson has denied robbing any banks, but told police that surveillance photos of the robber look like him. Peterson's attorney wasn't immediately available for comment Thursday. Well, he certainly doesn't win the forethought award of wearing something different each time you do something. I mean, he's not exactly the Joker. Let's put it that way. Anyhow, everything went quiet. So I'll take this opportunity to let's see, what was it? Let's see. It's a bit of a mouthful. That's what she said.
But
I just saw
way to be sick.
Somebody in the chat say that White's trying to invade irate bears something, and I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be fun.
No, he's trying to invade prostates. That's what that said. But who the fuck would be surprised if a white bitch is trying to invade some assholes?
This would be his second attempt at that, and I believe that he is banned from irate prostates Discord.
Oh God.
Okay. So the winner of my romance novel Buccaneer name was Carlos. So my romance Buccaneer name.
No, there's more to it than that, right?
Yes, there's.
Let's hear it.
El Capitán Carlos son los 6 minutos del guapo.
Mi amigo. You see, every time you say that, you got to do the thing. You got to get the clamshells to click together.
I know. I don't have any of those.
That you have to have those.
Our soundboard is currently MIA.
Or the guitar riff.
Is it just me, or does it sound like he's been practicing it?
He has all these guns and no fucking clamshells.
What are you without the clamshells?
We did this in shop class once, and we imitated Monty Python's. What we did is we made a pair of pencil holders out of some oddly thick, I believe it was balsa wood, and we had like some oak laying around, and we fucking polished the shit out of this crap after we sanded it and glued it all together. And we used the balsa wood for actually holding, like we had a solid chunk of it. We used that for holding in the pencils and stuff, so we glue that on top of the oak. After we polished the hell out of the oak and started clapping these suckers together, they actually sounded like clamshells, and if you really thwacked them together, they sounded like hooves. So all of us fucking nerds.
Now, Burnside is, do you know about the 3 clamshells?
Oh, shit.
He doesn't know about
just watched that today.
I am the caveman. I don't use 3 clamshells.
Okay, let's see. Oh, here's a New Year's story. Since I was not with you guys much for the last week, so
no, yeah, you had actual.
You've been with us in spirit.
Okay, let's see. New Year's baby born on hood of car after high-speed police pursuit.
Wait,
aww,
that baby grew up to be Bane.
Yeah. You merely adopted the car hood. I was born on it.
Well, I can imagine the husband trying to get the wife to like the hospital, and she's just like yelling and shit. And he's like, "You know what? Fuck it, let's go on a car chase. We'll come out faster."
Holy shit!
Oh, you believe your police chase has power over me?
I'm the gun in the bag. You have no power over me, for I bear a child before you. Will you? Can you, Batman, shoot a father?
You know what? You know what makes that accent, Burnside? Because you're doing it. You're doing it great. But you know what you need? You need a fucking cup or a glass, and you hold it here, and then it goes just the right way, and it will change your fucking. You're nailing it, but you need that fucking cup, man. Trust me.
Okay, impersonation challenge. Do Yoda Bane. Come on, let's hear this.
I can't do Yoda.
Oh, come on, Pansy. Somebody's.
Oh, I see. Challenge it is.
No, see, you're just saying Bane things with Yoda's voice. That's not the same. I know what Pox is after, and I can't do it. I can't accommodate, man. I'm sorry.
Damn. I tried.
There's not enough pot in the state of New York for me to deal with this.
Not that we condone that or anything.
Oh, fuck.
I do. Fuck. Canada, motherfucker. We are legal now.
Yeah.
What was that, Scoop?
No, I was gonna say my state is so progressive. I just have to identify as a bong, and I'm good.
Bong sexual.
Oh man.
I identify as hydrosexual.
What the fuck did I miss?
God.
Oh shit!
Dude.
I said I was still really quick. What you missed was I was saying if anyone gives me any shit for having pot, I can just say I identify sexually as a bong. I'm hydrosexual.
Hey, what would
Scooby
be
is hydroponic, Ken.
Yup.
So what's the ice version of that? Because my car definitely identified as that when I was racing like a bat out of hell to get here.
Hey, bae.
Well, just after we were derailed by all the baning, I'll read the article in question. Let's see. It's a tradition in the media to report the first baby born at an area hospital on New Year's Day. Anastasia Allewine wasn't the first baby born in South Carolina in 2018, but it's doubtful anybody made a more spectacular entrance into the world in the very early morning hours of Monday in South Carolina or anywhere in the world. Anastasia was delivered on the side of I-26 on the hood of a car after a high-speed chase with her father in handcuffs. It was all a misunderstanding, but it was a memorable one. Tiffany Von Gahn, Anastasia's mother, was having contractions and going into labor 3 weeks before the due date. She called the baby's father, Carl Aylwine, who was at work, and said they needed to get her from their St. George home in MUSC in Charleston, where they planned to deliver the baby. So much for best laid plans. During the more than 50-mile journey, with Aylwine dutifully speeding his fiancée to the hospital, a police officer attempted to pull them over for going too fast. He was going about 90, 95, and a police officer came up behind us to pull us over, and he was like, "Do you want me to stop?" And I was like, "No, don't you stop," because I felt her coming. The Von Glahn told counton2.com. Okay. Explaining she thought it was a high-risk pregnancy that would require a cesarean section. I was thinking there was no way I could have her naturally. Law enforcement was unaware of that or of the pregnant woman whose water broke on the verge of having a baby in the car. They saw a speeding car on a night known for foolish drivers. It's also known for having a lot of officers on duty, and many quickly responded to the high-speed chase unfolding. I said I might go to jail tonight. She is screaming, and I knew that meant keep going, Aylwine said to the ABC News4.com. The next thing we know, there are 20 cops' cars behind us. I said, "Oh my God, babe, we've got all the cops in the world after us right now," Aylwine said to the Live5News.com. The officers eventually boxed them in, forcing them to pull over in the middle of I-26. And that's where they placed Aylwine in handcuffs. I said, "Man, she is having a baby, and you're going to end up delivering this baby if you don't do something," Aylwine said to the ABC News4.com. Fortunately for everybody involved, an experienced hand at delivering the babies was on the scene with law enforcement. Neil Arrington, a firefighter with the Goose Creek Fire Department, was riding along with his son, a deputy with the Charleston County Sheriff's Office. According to Arrington, he asked Von Glahn how far along the pregnancy she was and said he needed to take a look at her and was greeted by a head full of hair and then caught it. Okay. At least he was like, he had the reflexes.
And all I heard while you talked about that was thunk.
Yep. Like a freaking t-shirt cannon.
I has no sounds for this.
Do it.
Grace us.
I has no sounds for this. I got nothing. I don't know what to use there. I really.
Well, we'll do the introduction thing again.
Dane impressions?
I got a lot of cartoon stuff, but I don't know which one would fit there.
Something like a frying pan being dropped.
Or Homer Simpson being beaten.
I got a dog growl.
Okay.
I got nothing. I don't have a sound for this.
A dog growl will do.
Okay,
the suspense is killing me.
Okay, I will do the dog growl if I could find it again.
As if a werewolf is being born.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
She was born under a new moon on New Year's Day.
Werewolf babies, very hungry.
Well, I could do Wharf. It's a good day to die. That might fit there.
I don't know.
I don't know what would fit there. It sounds like a sound is needed, but I got nothing.
You got something like a bell ringing or something?
I mean,
well, this one might work.
No one has ever done that. No one has ever done that in the history of Dota.
That'll work. I've seen a lot of things in my life, you guys, but watching my daughter be born on a New Year's midnight in the middle of the interstate through tear-soaked eyes in handcuffs from the hood of my Jeep in the reverie of 100 blue patrol lights as fireworks burst all around us. Alewine wrote on Facebook, "Oh, how romantic the way he
Here
puts that."
is the song that was playing in his mind.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away.
Can you turn that down just a bit on your end? Just like a tad.
Yeah, let me find voice.
And seeing so many of the low country's finest clap, that's exactly how he says this, as they took the handcuffs off and said, "Man, go see your little girl. I've never seen or felt something so human and compassionate in my life." Arrington, who said he helped a boy on the interstate nearly 20 years ago, met up with the happy family on Von Glon's hospital room Tuesday. She's a little bit cleaner this time, Arrington said of the 6-pound, 2-ounce newborn. Now we have an exciting story to tell her when she's older, Von Glon said to ABC4News.com, which they freaking... I'm actually omitting how many times I've actually said ABCNews4.com and Live5News.com because they put it in like every other sentence. It's ridiculous.
Well, the guy
how
had
you
to put
write.
something in. Jeez.
That's not how you proper citations. You put the asterisks and shit in there, maybe something in parentheses, really short, and then have all the shit at the bottom of the article. That's how I would do it.
Make one paragraph into 3.
Holy Colleen Bernier
jump
just
into
posted
the
a few.
Burnside knows somebody named Patriot saying what's up in the chat.
Yeah, that's actually
Patriot,
my
Call
man.
himself
Or
Big Snoop.
woman or other.
He sounds like a drug dealer in a bad fucking 80s gangster movie from New York.
A what?
So does
No.
Stalemate, though, and Stalemate's my boy.
I need to blow my nose vigorously, so I shall mute.
Yeah.
All right, have
Do what
fun.
you got to do, man. Do you.
It's a pillowcase. That way you can go to town.
Oh.
What's going on, man?
You missed all the fun, Ajax.
Did I really?
Someone get a cup. Like, I know you have a cup in your use. There's got to be something that you can use like a cup to cover your fucking mouth and nose. And
Did you
dude,
just
it's
assume
not.
his cupness?
You merely adopted the cup. I was born in it. With a tea bag and lots of hot water.
Better. Yes, I can hear the reverb now. Oh, yeah, that's much better. That's much nicer.
Oh, fuck.
You merely adopted the darkness. Oh, you got a new hair color, Sylvanas.
No, it's faded. I was planning on dyeing it today. Right after Chaos, before I do some other things.
So are you going for a cool color this time or another warm color?
No, just the same color, the same red with the orange highlights.
Okay.
To be honest, I thought at first you're going to be like, are you going for another cool color, or are you going to go with just, another not so cool? Wow, that's
the same old shitty.
Anyway.
Oh,
I'm an artist,
nice.
so
My hair color's shitty.
Hey, I found a headline. Hey, you guys ready to lose faith in humanity?
Let's do
Already
it.
lost
Are
faith.
you ready? Are you ready?
Was there any?
But okay.
So, in Texas, they busted a bunch of meth dealers, right? And they found a 4-year-old kid that was living in this house who was basically living in a closet.
Oh, I heard this.
And told the police when they found him that the fucking cockroaches and the rats were his friends. How fucking sad is that? Do you want to kill yourself yet? You should.
Well, I mean, it's like those two kids from Breaking Bad. Those two meth dealers. It's like, yeah, like that's just them growing
exactly
up.
What I thought about was the meth couple. Like the dude gets his head crushed by a fucking ATM.
Yeah,
and the bitch just kind of fades out on the couch.
Exactly what I thought of.
Well, to answer your question, kill myself? No. Kill a couple of parents? Yeah.
Ajax?
Yeah.
Hey, how are you, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Yeah, evacuate the kid and just bathe the place in napalm. Call it a day.
Apparently,
as one does.
From the officer was something like, this kid was able to articulate seeing things that not even adults should have seen.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck is going on in this house? That sounds way worse than just cooking meth. Yeah. As bad as that is. I'm trying to downplay that craziness.
Fuck.
This is one of those things where you just take them out into the desert and just make sure they never even bother seeing a state building.
Yep.
Seriously. One of those people, I'm a firm believer in due process. I'm a firm believer in our justice system. But when you say something like that, it really pushes it to the limit,
It's hard. It's hard to maintain fucking principles in the face of fucking horrors and travesty. Like it's not easy, man. It's not supposed to be. I don't think.
When it comes to people that neglect and hurt kids, I have to follow in the footsteps of Andy Ray Swirsky, and I say it's time to go full on fucking Hasbro bomb fucking jihad on these people. Man.
Yeah. Like it.
Wait, did you say Hasbro?
Yeah,
that's
Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast, which is magic.
Quick joke.
Yeah, because Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast, which creates and manufactures and markets Magic the Gathering.
Not just Magic. There's a couple other.
They also
trading cards,
Dungeons and Dragons, and a bunch of other properties too that are relatively
right. Wizards of the Coast
series.
What? Hasbro owns the title and license to Transformers, to G.I. Joe, to My Little Pony, and they also handle most of the action figures for Marvel and for DC Comics because they absorb the contracts after. The thing. Part of the reason I use this avatar is specifically because I have a problem with Disney. Disney has now got their sights on Hasbro. That's their next acquisition. They got Fox. In the next,
you've got to be fucking kidding me.
The next 5 years, you're going to see Disney try to acquire both Hasbro and Blizzard.
Blizzard? No, fuck no. Blizzard actually makes good games.
No, Blizzard is owned by Activision. Activision sucks, and Blizzard has fucked over Blizzard's gaming since they bought Blizzard.
Yeah, but StarCraft.
No. StarCraft was
Yeah.
really good until Activision got a part of their hands. They changed so much with StarCraft. They changed so much with Warcraft and so much with Diablo.
So wait, so
I really
really
wish
I haven't played
Activision
it,
would
like,
get their little grummy hands out of my goddamn freaking games.
Yeah, I used to be
All
able to
those
Here's the thing,
franchises
Protoss
have
for
sucked
life.
since the 90s.
What?
Just saying. All of those franchises have sucked balls since the 90s. I'm saying. They should have all died at number 2s. None of them should have gotten part 3s and fucking crazy expansions.
If there was no part of
Blizzard is
Warcraft
overrated.
3, there would be no Sylvanas, and I would not gotten into gaming as far as I
you
did.
wouldn't have been named after a faggot elf.
If there was no
fuck
Warcraft
you,
3,
Orc.
there'd be no Dota, there'd be no League.
Exactly. There'd be no Dota. There'd be no League. There would be.
Say all this like it's a bad thing. Have you seen the fan bases of those games? They're all fucking borderline retarded.
Yes, and that's why I love watching them like eat themselves.
I guess. I guess.
I don't know. I kind of like it, but I'm.
But anyway,
you know
so,
what it is?
So there's a pedo ring in Magic the Gathering, and then yeah, that's
There's a
where
pedo
the
ring in all of them.
Hasbro thing
I
comes
know.
from. Andy, I
seriously.
masturbate for the ethno state is gonna bomb Hasbro. He was plotting it with Richard Spencer the other night.
Wait a minute, wasn't there
That was
somebody
a fucking
recently
strategy.
who in Magic the Gathering blew the whistle on like a pedo ring, and like even though he was really good, apparently like I guess they rigged it so he would lose or something.
There is a
They
pedo
just
ring
fucking
in
banned him.
everything. There really is.
You are
everything.
not wrong.
I have dug into that hole. I spent. I would have to ask Mining Freedom, but I think 2 weeks rocking back and forth, going, "Oh my god, I can't believe this is a thing." Seriously,
Yeah.
there's a pedo ring in everything.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean they're small and they're tight knit, but they're insidious and they exist everywhere. Like
Small is relative, man, because they vary in size depending on the organization. That
yeah, okay, but
that
also
is
you live in a
involved.
country of 300 million people, so small could still be less than 1%, which could be almost 3 million people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
that's a
small.
horrific number when you look at it that way, but that doesn't mean that they're not small. You know?
the weird thing comes into the interconnectedness. That's what makes it insidious, because then that's when you get like the global traffickers and shit involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's the really crazy shit. The Magic the Gathering thing doesn't seem that severe, but the investigation, the autistic investigation has just begun.
Well,
So nobody's really been able
that's
to
how
dig
I
up too much
was.
other than
You guys know the reason I'm missing this one front tooth is because I caught that kid in the neighborhood, that was involved with the child, pedo ring that they had the little girls locked up in the basement, and I beat him fucking cross-eyed. I got to that's one of the reasons when all that shit started breaking with all those fucking Democrats, with the child, with the fucking Harvey Weinstein and all that shit. I'm starting to get angry thinking about it. That's part of the reasons I stopped going online so much. I couldn't talk about that shit.
Breathe, man. Breathe.
And that's
Somebody in the chat said that Nabisco apparently has something going on too.
Nabisco.
Fuck, there's pedos making crackers now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I told you. They're in everything.
Fuck
Literally.
Yeah. 3 million people, less than 3 million people can get into a whole lot of fucking industries. I don't doubt it for a second.
This is why you got to buy Keebler. Those elves are too small to fucking fit.
Those elves are the kids.
Dude, those elves
God.
into bore and insertion.
But Pox, what's that guy's name? Quartering?
Yeah.
Yeah, the quartering, and then his magic channel is Unsleeved Media. So shameless promo to fucking almost nobody that'll see it. But
what?
yeah, check that shit out. It's crazy.
Jeremy with his 10-pound beard.
Yep.
But he got his fucking channel fucking removed, right?
Yeah, he got
for a little while, for like a day. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's back? Okay.
Yeah, he got mass flagged after he put up the video about them removing the pedo judges after he was releasing videos about them and questioning people at the company about it.
One of the judges called the police on him and made a complaint. The police contacted him, and then for disseminating private information. But when the quartering showed him where the information come from, which was just a database that anybody can access, the cop said, "Okay, not a problem. Have a nice day."
This guy's so much more Canadian.
Jesus, see, I didn't hear about all that. That's crazy.
Damn.
It's no wonder he's starting to look like a haggard fucking mess the last couple times I've seen the dude on video.
So, Mintus, I think you've out Canadianed Irving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
How'd I do it this time?
I'm from Toronto. You're from Canada. Fuck. Yeah. No, yeah.
What'd I do this time?
No, you just beat yourself, and I'm fucking ashamed of being from fucking Toronto. That's all. Toronto's a fucking shithole. Toronto and Vancouver are the least Canadian places in Canada. You are a real Canadian, man.
Yeah, well,
The only
Vancouver's technically
the only
China.
part of Irving that's actually Canadian is his liver. He doesn't have enough ooze in his
Yeah.
boots.
That's genetic. On my mom's side, on her mom's side, we've been here for 100 years. So
You have a Christmas-themed Diet Coke can.
We've only been. Yeah.
shut up.
We've been in this country. When did we first come here? I think, we touched down in Ellis Island in 1935. My grandparents came through Ellis Island.
See, and my dad didn't arrive here till 55.
Yeah, well,
That's so cool.
I got you all beat. My lineages goes all the way back to you fuckers stole my land.
We're actually tied, Sylvanas, because I have some of that on that myself.
Now, we talking about the Irish you stole my land, or we talking about the Squanpontonog you stole my land? Which
Sorry,
land?
cut out.
Oh, that joke never gets old, man. I love fucking, all those red man communists go, white man, you take my land. You now owe me land. I go, no. White man kill your people. Red man make war against white man and lose horribly. I owe you more bullets in body by force.
We had to put up with friggin' Cortez and all those guys.
Holy shit, dude. I leave for like 2 seconds and I come back and Burnside's talking about corpses. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fox, you should know by now you can leave the stream and come back at any time, and Burnside's talking about corpses.
You're the anchor here. You can't leave.
I was expecting commies, to be honest with you.
Commies
is
are
different. I like
corpses or trans-dimensional brony lords.
That's why they call it the Chaos Stream, because you never know what's going to happen. I don't know where 120 comes from, but
How
sure.
many minutes are in an hour?
Fuck off. Okay, I just got it now. 2 hours of stream.
Now you multiply that by 2.
Come on. Abby said we had
To be fair, though, I was technically talking about killing communists. I was just talking about killing the red squared kind.
And that reminds me of that fucking meme of that fucking Polish soldier who was asked what's it like to kill a man, and he says he had killed like 100 people, and he's like, I don't know, I've only ever killed communists.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Necro and I are always talking about fucking killing communists and shit like that every fucking day.
Oh shit, I think the chat's about to erupt into fucking Indian shit talk. I find it offensive when people who own casinos talk about how oppressed they are. Dorm Tech Marine, you are Drom Tech Marine. Get that right. You are the fucking man, sir.
Get her.
Well, I mean, it's so hard just having all that money and power. Like, geez, I feel bad for. We should have a fundraiser for them so they can go on a nice vacation and not have to worry about their casinos.
You know what I wish would have happened is the Indian tribes that own the casinos. I wish their names would have evolved with the times. So they would have started calling themselves like Cha-Ching and fucking 777 and shit like that, dude. Would have been fucking dope, dude.
Oh god.
Mini chips, dude. Oh fuck.
Well, my ancestors have different stereotypes. Since they're south of the border, they're in the selling the little chiclet gum industry.
Only thing we're good for is killing people off oil and concrete.
Wait a minute, 6. Didn't
I
the
love
border jump you guys?
What's that?
Didn't the border jump you guys, not you guys jumping the border? Isn't that what
Something
happened?
like that. Yeah.
You know, we jumped the border, they jumped the border. It doesn't really matter. Point being.
They've been jumping each other for ages. Who cares at this point? You know, he's got his papers. He's good. You know,
my people are excellent swimmers.
Well, Six, you're Tejano, right? I mean, Tejano are the folks that are Mexican who were in Texas to begin with. Just when they made the border, everyone looked around like, okay, we're here already, so rock on.
Right.
Right?
I'm not entirely sure because that is the side of the family that I am least familiar with.
Okay.
I was adopted, and I just reconnected with my birth mother, and so I don't know much about my biological father's family, other than they were Latino.
Why is this not a video series? This is interesting as fuck, Six.
Yeah, fuck. That's
I could do something. I hinted on it like maybe 10 months back. I did a video called Enter the Helix. I go over my complete sort of an approximation of my genetic profile derived from 4 different genetic testing outfits: 23andMe, Family Tree, Ancestry, and Nat Geo.
Oh, I'm using 23andMe right now.
Nat Geo Wild?
The National Geographic, they did their 2.0 is the test that I took, the most expensive one, of course. So yeah,
What's the range for these DNA tests?
From what I noticed, is that they all vary just a little bit from a couple of percentage points there to a couple of percentage points there. That, for instance, on one test, it shows that I'm 13% Scandinavian, while another test goes up to 17% Scandinavian. So it varies, a couple of percentage points here and there. As which one is exactly the most accurate, I'm not entirely sure, but they're all more or less the same. Of course, the National Geographic one, I haven't looked at it in a long time, but at the time they kind of emphasized like different areas they were looking into. Like one of them plotted out that I had the similar genetic profile as someone from Romania. That being, I have about, I want to say, 15 to 20% from Eastern Europe, in that rough area, Romania, Hungary, Czech Republic. So it's an interesting thing. And if you have the money to actually lay down to get one of these tests done, go right ahead. I did 4 of them because this was before I had reconnected with my birth mother, so I wanted to know as much about myself as I possibly could.
Hell yeah! So do you have enough Mexican DNA to wear like sombreros and ponchos on Cinco de Mayo without being attacked by SJWs?
Like white boy.
Well,
Isn't he like 50%?
The problem is, I'm a very light-skinned Latino.
Yeah, but it's there. They shouldn't be racist and judge it based on how pale you are.
Yeah, and Scoob has genetics saying that he's not white, but he was straight up told by the government he is the wrong shade of color.
Yeah.
Yo, okay, because every Sicilian and Southern Italian is not very different from every fucking North African. We're not that dissimilar from fucking Arabs.
We had a discussion about this in Scoop's Discord earlier. Scoop's not white. We determined this.
I guess like the 1488 people in my neighborhood, like there's guys with names like Reinhardt and like Gunther and shit like that.
Yeah.
No, sure, not white. Okay.
No,
whatever, man.
For sure. And like, I have German in my blood, but I mean, do you think any of the fucking white nationalist, hardcore fucking ethno Saxons would look at me and say, "Oh, you're fucking Slavic and your Southern Italian DNA makes you white people." Not for a fucking second. My Slavic DNA is no better than an Asian.
Richard Spencer pretty much said that black folks can be in the ethno state last night. So you're good. It's all good.
After Irving mentioned Italy, I just had a flashback from True Blue. Christopher Walken and what was the other guy's name? They were talking about
True Romance.
True Romance. Thank you.
Yes. Oh my!
I have PTSD from that too.
According to my birth mother, we're related to the cousins of Kaiser Wilhelm.
That is awesome.
Wilhelm.
That is really cool.
So,
that is really cool.
So I may have Germanic nobility in my background as well as being Latino. So I'm complicated.
You're like an onion.
like a woman.
That's why we love you. There's layers. Sometimes you make us cry. Sometimes you're sweet. It's all good.
So you're like an onion.
Yeah. Or
onions
a
have
bullet
layers.
trail mix.
And pale as all hell. Or onions.
I almost glow in the dark, man.
You're definitely a white onion, not a Spanish onion. You're not a Vidalia, that's for sure.
I beg to differ, man. I pretty much fucking glow in the dark.
Let him go on vacation. We'll see if he turns a nice healthy gold.
I should go camping with Burnside. No, we would not need a flashlight between the both of us.
Fucking
guys, she left. Let's talk shit about it.
I couldn't imagine you two being lost in the woods, dude. One of you would shoot the other one on accident and then fucking eat half the body before bury the rest to try to cover it up.
Didn't we start this?
You found me out. That's why I have a bottle of barbecue sauce.
Woo, boy.
that soft voice and that slow way of talking, man, it's dead giveaway. We know you're trying to cannibalize people.
Say, fella, you look mighty tasty.
They say that Dauber was pretty soft-spoken too, right?
Yep.
Just say
it. Well, Dauber had bad taste in
ladies.
Yeah, before I forget, when we get too far away from it, though, do you guys know what Sylvanas was talking about before?
Which?
The thing was, what it was they had this thing a few years ago. They actually wound up doing a TV special for it on Discovery Channel, National Geographic. It was when they first started doing the thing where you could check your genetics and you give them the cotton swab. They give you a cotton swab, you swab your cheek, you throw it in a plastic bag. They test your genes and they tell you where you come from.
Yeah.
Database so they can have your DNA on file for the patents when they come. You know,
that's where Pox goes every fucking time.
Eddie Bravo for the win, dude.
I did the thing because they were doing it in when they did the special. It was a fair, I think it was over on Jamaica Avenue, and you know, we went there just because she was bitching, she wanted to get out and do something. So I'm like, all right, fuck. I looked it up. Okay, there's a fair. We went there and they were doing this thing. I'm like, okay, I filled out the information, I gave them the cotton swab. I didn't know they were going to make a TV special out of it. I contacted me because what the fuck, I don't want to be on television. So, but they made a TV special. The reason I'm getting at this is the results is what I'm getting at. Most of you have seen what I look like. My results came back African.
Yeah, North African. Right? No.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
No, man.
Fucking Hero was right. Hero was right, dude.
Oh, Pox.
Poor man.
Poor bastard.
Scooby's our African friend. Our African American friend.
Okay, look at the Mediterranean. All right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a very narrow region. And the Mediterranean people are different from everyone that's more than 100 kilometers from the Mediterranean, right? The Greeks are far more closely related to the Arabs than they are to the fucking Germans. And the fucking Southern Italians are far more closely related to the Arabs than they are to the Germans. But also, the fucking North Africans, who are mostly Arabs, are far more closely related to the Greeks and the Italians than they are to the sub-Saharan Africans.
Well, isn't that because
you can't deny that, right? Like Mediterranean gives you this whole fucking worldview of a sea that provides life, and you know, it provides a climate as well.
So if I get this straight, I'm the token Arab and Scoop's the token African.
Yep. Both of you didn't
Rich,
do.
we're all fucking Arabs, right? We're not really that fucking different, and we're all Mediterranean European, and that's not too different from the Arabs in the East, and it's not too different from the fucking North Africans in the South, because we all survive off that same goddamn body of water.
Holy shit! So what you're saying is that this panel right now, we're like a fucking YouTube UN panel right now, right?
Pretty much
all the representation. We're like the 4chan racial slur hit list right down the board to fucking me in South Africa.
For as white as we might think we are, we have a whole lot of history that differs from what you might call fucking European white.
You've got a pair of anarchists here that are in a United Nations panel. Awesome.
Hey, Irving. I just wanted to make mention of this. I'm looking at my Ancestry.com profile right now, and I have 3% Middle Eastern.
Huh.
Yeah. That makes you more closely related to me.
Somebody liked them some hummus back in the day. Hell yeah, dude.
And 2% North African.
I actually have hummus in my fridge right now.
The Arab YouTuber? Copyright it now.
And the theory that I have going on is that I have 24% of my DNA comes from the Iberian Peninsula, which is Spain and Portugal. These are areas that were occupied by the Moors for, I can't remember how many hundreds of years.
Yep.
There's a lot of interbreeding in the southern part of that, of those both those
well, that
regions.
explains why you sound like Barry White then.
Oh, this is definitely interesting shit.
I know you guys love my sweet sultry voice.
No, but like look at it. Look at the Iberian Peninsula. Look at the south of Italy. And then look at when you fucking escape the Mediterranean. Everybody else is fucking blonde-haired and blue-eyed. And everybody south of that fucking dark-haired and olive-skinned. Where the fuck did that come from? Right?
400 years of slavery.
I don't know, but
yes, Ajax is right. 400 years of fucking conquering and slavery, right? And that's not a fucking indictment of the people. That's simply an expression of the facts of history. That we were conquered. The European continent was conquered by an invading force, and they were darker, and that darkness pervades to this day in the Iberian Peninsula and in southern Italy. Right? Yeah. We're all fucking dark-skinned and dark-haired. And some of us are dark-eyed, some of us are fucking icy blue-eyed, Scoob.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where the
fuck
that
is interesting when you start thinking about the ways that ancient man was like I guess selectively breeding themselves. When you think about things like the slave trade and shit, things that they didn't know existed, like genetics, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the way that
I just have to say, when it comes
the
to
way the human race has changed over the years,
glossy dash kind of whatever eyes, I don't know if that's exactly genetics. That might just because of a lot of. I mean, what? Totally not calling you a stoner.
No, my eyes. My eyes have always been this fucked up color. It used to throw people when I was a kid. When Twilight first came out, people thought I was wearing contacts. I was it's natural, man.
It's natural. This contact is natural.
Don't let him lie to you, dude. He's part Nephilim, man. The guy's like fucking 8 feet tall and he's got ghost eyes, dude. I'm telling you.
Not wrong.
No, GCV, what are you talking about?
Because I'm constantly baked. That's what he was referring to.
No. He was getting at something.
Yeah, I was going with the constantly baked thing.
Oh, was that it? Really? That's like it was a joke? I thought you had something fucking poignant on top of a joke. Come on.
One definite thing, 6, Nightcrow 2, you guys definitely got to go over each other's backgrounds in that. Because I have a hunch both of you probably came from the Catalan region after the Moors got pushed out of there.
Possibly. So my Native American, at least according to Ancestry.com, comes from Nuevo Leon or northern Tamaulipas.
So what tribe is that? Is that the Hoppies?
I have no idea what tribe.
Oh, what Hopi you mean?
Nah, the Hoppies.
The Hoppies.
I actually went to college with a girl. She was of Cherokee descent. She literally looked just like Pocahontas from the cartoon. She was gorgeous.
Oh yeah. What's weird around here? We get a lot of people that claim Cherokee, but fucking looking back, most of the tribes around this region were Sioux, I believe. So like everybody thinks they're like from this cool tribe, but chances are, if they have any fucking Native American DNA in them at all, it's from this fucking wild ass wood tribe that was just slaughtering anything that came near them, basically. Oh, he's got
I don't want to push a stereotype, but from what I've seen going to college with those kids right off of the reservation, because these folks literally looked like, I mean, you really could have strapped feathers on their heads. They could have been extras in like a Western. They really had the look to them. And
see, the people in the fucking Westerns were Italian. What are you talking about?
All right, fine. These guys didn't look like people related to me. I'm just saying they looked like authentic. They were actual, like I said,
authentic.
I was sitting I sat there at the table with them, and these fucking people, you know, you have seconds and thirds. These people had fifths. I couldn't believe how much they ate. I'm sitting here like, holy shit. I mean, I grew up with a Sicilian family. I thought these people could eat. No, those natives, my God, the amount of food they put away.
I mean,
to be old.
I can relate. I drink fifths, but
they had a plate, then they went up a second time and a third. They went up like the fifth time, and the guy told me, he's like, look, I can't give you any more.
But I mean, were they like good portion size plates that we were getting, or were they kind of getting like modest amounts?
They were literally loading the plate. They were standing there and telling the guy, like the guy would give him like we were eating breakfast, and like they would give him a ladle of scrambled eggs, and the guy's like standing there like holding the plate. He gives him a ladle. Guy's looking at him. He gives him another ladle. They like filled the plate. These people ate so much food. I couldn't fucking believe how much they put away because they weren't like big guys. You had her cousins come visit. Nicest people on earth, by the way. Love those natives. I had a ball hanging with them. I just couldn't believe how much they ate. And then like we leave like the campus and we're up in the mountains and basically we're walking through the woods and you know like everyone's blazing and we're not even in the woods for 45 minutes. Yeah, you guys hungry?
Damn.
Yeah, we go to this lodge and they start eating lunch. I'm sitting here like, holy shit, the bill came. I didn't get anything. Now, this is 5 people eating. The bill came. It was $215 between 5 people.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Son. I've never and yeah, that's all these natives did. The whole time I was with them was eat.
Painting with the wind is tiring, man. You burn up a lot of energy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just want to point out to the chat, for some reason, my fucking comments aren't being posted anymore. So I will be doing after hours. And moving on.
Peace pipes burn a lot of calories.
And me personally, I just, like I said, decent folks, nicest people.
Looking up my 23andMe profile.
May I bring up the elephant in the room topic just to get out of the way, just because first time Earth's been with us since the. So, guys, just because everybody's doing it, Logan Paul, go.
Jesus Christ.
I don't care one way or the other.
This is the little blonde-haired faggot that did like 12 takes in the Suicide Forest, right? That's what he's known for now. No matter what he did before, he's going to be known for this, right?
Yeah, that's the man.
Which I think is funny because...
You want my opinion? You want my opinion? I'll give it to you. I'll lay it out for you right now. Logan Paul did nothing wrong, just like fucking Hitler did. He did nothing
here's the
wrong.
thing, is that
I remember when the internet was the Wild West and fucking Ogrish and Rotten and fucking all these crazy gore sites were all the thing. You could find way worse. far as I'm concerned, yeah,
Well,
it
here's
was
the-
fucking stupid, and he's a shitty person for doing it because oral fagging. But other than that, he did nothing but.
Here's the thing, though, is that like I didn't really know who this guy was. Like I had heard from whatever, and then I just saw the YouTube rewind for 2017. He was in that a bunch, and then it's like not even a week later he pulls this shit. Can you imagine like how much probably the people that filmed that whole entire thing for YouTube contracted him, gave him money, and did all the sets and stuff? Were like, well, that was a fucking waste of time.
Dude, he's been kind of a high-priced locale for a while now, dude.
But the thing, though, is
he deserves a Medicare-style video all of his own. Like, he was Viner before Vine went down, I guess, and then he came to YouTube and was doing the same thing he was doing there. But YouTube doesn't have the same audience of, like, 8-year-olds, I guess, that were on Vine. I don't know. I never used it. And, yeah, there was, it was either him or his brother. There was, like, burning shit in their backyard in this rich-ass neighborhood. All kinds of crazy shit, dude. They're lunatics.
The guy's, he's fucking retarded. So to say that he did nothing wrong, I think that's not entirely correct. You know, like he did a thing that was wrong.
If he's retarded, he's not responsible for his actions fully, dude.
Right? Okay, and that
so he did nothing wrong.
On that, I can agree with you. He's not responsible for his actions, but this man does not have a tard wrangler, and he needs a tard wrangler.
Was a fucking guide. There was a fucking guide that's in the video. Somebody who works in the suicide forest that's there to tell people, like, please don't desecrate the bodies. Come on, dude. He had a tard wrangler. You can't give me that.
Well, here's the thing, too, is that you have this guy that, I mean, he was doing, like, prank videos and, like, whatever, diss videos and stuff. And, like, where in what part of his mind did he think this was okay? This is okay, seeing that my demographics are, like, 12-year-olds.
The retarded part.
In what universe would you think that, like, this is going to be funny, everybody's going to get it? Like, can you, like, we all make mistakes.
GCB, I have to ask you, is the argument now whether or not Logan Paul is retarded?
Well, it doesn't help that he looks like he's desperately in need of a big boy haircut.
It's not even the argument with it's retarded, but just imagine you have, what, millions of...
Whether or not he's retarded. Because if you asked me to bet whether or not that man has brain damage or some kind of fucking learning disability, or I would bet for the man is brain damaged. He's had a head injury that fucking ruined him, or he was born with a disability. I would bet that.
I'm just glad there weren't a proliferation of video cameras when I was young and stupid.
If anything,
right? Could you imagine some of the shit that we could have caught on
make you retarded? Because I've actually thwacked my noggin open as a kid, and had it sewn back together. And I'm more psychotic, but I'm not retarded.
So how bad is the actual video? I heard a bunch of people. I saw shit about it. I just didn't care enough to actually watch the whole fucking thing. Like,
I mean, it's as disrespectful as you can get. He just shows the straight up body. I mean, blurs out the face, but I mean, it's like him going like, whoa, and walking around the park. And we were actually talking about this before. I mean, there's also lawsuits that could go into, I guess Japan has a law where it's called the creeper law, where you can't, you can just, Irving, help me out here. You can't videotape people without their consent. I mean, that's another thing too. And where
I could swear somebody was telling me at some point that there's laws in Japan to where you can't shut off the audio notifications for your phone. Maybe it was China or some shit because of those laws. Like there has to be some kind of audio cue to let everyone around you know that you're recording or some shit.
This one in particular in Japan has to do with fucking recording people that don't wish to be recorded. And I know that's not like free country shit. And like Japan may or may not be a free country, and neither is Canada.
Japan's fucking weird.
Yeah, so is Canada, right? Like I mean, and I can respect their laws, but this guy basically, as far as I know, according to their fucking laws, needed the consent of the dead person, which is not possible.
Or what was there? I guess there's a loophole in there for family members and shit.
I'm assuming the family would have to consent at that point.
Sure. But he had none of that.
The Asians are real big on fucking, you know, honor the corpse and shit like that.
Honor,
like all that
like,
crazy shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in there that is under law, right? And
I'm reading this real quick, and the TLDR is if somebody appears that they're uncomfortable, you need to get their permission for them to be able to be on that video, which I guess there were people.
Dead person, I imagine, would be the most uncomfortable position there could be for existence.
I don't know if they're already dead, dude. Would you really?
I mean, they did publicly display their suicide, but
and Pox, like in the U.S., in a free country, I can see that there's an argument for that, but in an Asian country where fucking dignity is paramount.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you know
why? What happened? I actually missed it.
This motherfucker just filmed a fucking dead body in the suicide forest.
YouTube channel, filmed the hanging body, and
I actually brought up a serious topic.
Had to do 12 takes to get it done. Well, before we move on, there was something I think somebody was starting to touch on. They mentioned his subs. I wanted to find out where they were going with that.
I guess like I mentioned the subs, but I guess like, he knows his demographics. He knows that he has so many million subs, whatever he has. The point is that he's viral. Everybody knows him on that part of YouTube. At where does it start to become like, oh, I'm going to be edgy? And another, I guess kind of three things. Where does it come from? I'm being edgy. Where's it coming from? Like, oh, like he's just a dumb kid. And where it comes to like how lost does he have to be to do something like this?
Where are you crossing the line? That's your question.
I guess not even crossing the line, but where does it come from? Him just being a dumb YouTuber that probably has no real life experience with actually being offended or having anything like that happening to him, and just him being straight up stupid.
What's that fucking phrase?
If that makes sense.
Attribute to malice.
Those other morons that
account to stupidity.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
That's why I said he did nothing wrong. He's just dumb.
Yeah, that's
it's not ignorance. It's just dumb. You can see it on his face when you look at the guy. You can't fix dumb. It's a brain thing.
I can actually, you know what it is. Here right now have talked to me before about this. What I used to do when I was younger, I used to bounce at a bar. It was a bouncer bar. There to drink, and most of these guys were bikers. Most of them were NYPD, and they would bounce on their swing shifts or whatever. Some of these guys were Marines. This was a tough place.
Yeah,
I had people that would come in there not knowing that they were ignorant of it, and I would inform them be here, and they'd leave. Decided to stick around anyway and poke the bear, the dumb ones. Well, what happened to them? They brought it themselves. So it's a choice between getting the knowledge when you are ignorant, of it, and you show up for the situation and you get apprised of it. You're no longer ignorant. You use that knowledge. That's smart. You don't use it. It's stupid. Now, this is the question: did this kid know about this beforehand and show up anyway, or was he just completely ignorant of it? That's the caveat.
But it doesn't matter.
Okay, so the way it played out was that it seems like he showed up, found the body, and then did like 6 takes to make a video, and the whole time was doing a dumbass surprised face every time he was doing takes to get this perfect YouTube video of finding a body. So it wasn't an organic thing where it was like, holy fuck, we just shut the camera off, we just found a corpse. You know what I mean? It was... We just found a corpse. Let's make some money off of it. Like that's the whole controversy.
It's very insensitive. Yeah,
it's fairly universal.
Very insensitive. It's very inconsistent.
Ignorance of the law means nothing.
Yeah, it's inconsiderate, and it's very. I understand a lot where a lot of people are coming from on this. Look, the way I was raised, that's something this could actually, like, at the least get the shit beat out of him from an irate relative. You know? Been said, he is just a dumb American kid, like Pox says. And if anything,
we're American. We're known for doing stupid shit. They should have never let him in the fucking country just on virtue of being American. Should have been
You
like,
know,
yo,
Well, you got to think.
fucking under 30 American, no, do not come into this country.
Yeah, there's.
What do you got?
Honestly, I
against
can
that
honestly
for the
start
most
to
part.
say I can agree with that sentiment a little bit because it points out just to show we're not teaching these kids and these young people properly.
Dude, I say that in all seriousness. Like we should be able
the
to
state
set
wants dumb children so they become dumb adults. They can control
other
them.
countries should be able to do the same thing.
All
But you got to think too. Like you went from making like prank videos.
I would have to take that into consideration. You're under 30, you're American. Look at the culture that your country has for that demographic. No. You stay the fuck away.
Yeah,
You got to just think though. He went from making prank videos to showing dead bodies. Like what the fuck?
I mean, that's
if they
cool.
want to film dead bodies,
Maybe he'll take a turn and he'll start fucking dressing all goth and shit, dude. That'd be dope. Logan Paul goth hour. I'd watch that.
How old is this boy?
He's not a kid. Everybody keeps calling him a kid. He's like 1920, I think.
I thought he was like 21, 22.
Yeah, there you go. He's over 12, dude. He's not a fucking kid. That's some bullshit.
Over 12. Potts, you have too much faith. All right. I was a child till I was 32.
Dude,
I'm still a child.
You have to be able to take care of yourself, man.
Fucking retarded on fucking stream. Okay,
He's
If
22.
You have more respect for me than you do for Paul Logan. Man, I don't think you're calibrated correctly. All right, I have more experience than him. I'm not a better man. You know what I mean?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's subjective, man. And I would completely reserve the right to judge everyone. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I know you do, but I mean, like, experience means a lot, okay? And different experiences are worth more. You have fucking kids, and I don't. And it doesn't matter if I'm older than you, if Scoob is older than you. You have this experience of having fucking 2 children that grows you in a way that Scoob and I can't fucking fathom. Not till we have kids of our own.
Yeah.
Right?
You're trying to get way too deep.
No.
I'm
just trying to make a point.
Like you completely lost me.
No, not. Bear with me a second, because I'm very drunk.
Iron liver.
I'm terrible drunk, and I'm way older than
when
you.
are you ever sober? You're not a terrible drunk. You're just drunk at this point.
Yeah. But I'm terrible drunk. Here's my point: is that having a kid is worth more experience points in a fucking gaming setting than drinking. Right?
Fuck yeah, man! Call that shit.
Yeah. Okay. If we were playing an
Drinking is an
RPG,
adventure for a few hours.
if we're playing an RPG for a few
24
hours, and you have 1 kid and I have 20 drinks, your 1 kid for that hour is worth 10 times the points my 20 drinks are. It has to be, because it's far more involved. It's far more valuable to the outside world. Right?
Yeah,
so
but you're kind of downplaying the not having kids side too, because you guys are still free to, like, say something comes up or some shitstorm starts, and you guys want to get some, documents and shit for posterity. You guys are free to do that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit I'd have to get covered before I could jump off and go for a fucking encounter and get the fucking the big experience boost. You know what I mean?
No. See,
I slowly accumulate over time with the enchanted children.
What you're saying is that we have less to lose, right? And so we can be more involved with things that are dangerous. And that has, I'm not going to say it doesn't have a certain value in experience points in D&D and fucking Pathfinder, but having kids, you never stop. Right? I can always fucking back away from this. I can fucking shut down my Discord and my YouTube, and I can fucking walk away. You can't do that anymore. You are under constant pressure, under constant threat for your fucking children.
That's not entirely true. I could go fucking chaotic evil and fucking just step away. Start fucking
okay.
Or boozing it up, dude. I could pull an alignment shift. You never know, dude. That shit happens.
What would you have to roll?
You wouldn't have that
You
experience.
don't roll. You just kind of be an uncharacteristic dick, and then Game Master God decides, hey, evil now, bitch.
Yeah, but you wouldn't gain the points from fucking being that involved. And when you're that involved, you gain a whole lot more than someone like me. And Scoob's married, right? And he's like a journalist and shit. And that's actually worth a whole lot. But I think what you're doing, having a family, having kids, and fucking bringing them up is worth a whole lot more, right? And it's worth 10 to 100 times more than what my life is, and it's worth 2 to 5 of Scoob's till he has kids, right?
So,
if he doesn't have kids,
Irving, just to sum it up, what you're saying is 1488 and 2018, right?
No.
Yeah, just say it, Irving. Just say it. 1488 and 2018.
Oh, fuck
Can
that.
we do the math? Hold on.
Say.
Bear with me. Can we do the math to make 1488 apply to all of humankind as opposed to just white people?
You know, when
Is there a number?
Okay, so the Spencer thing the other night, I was listening to him, and I actually thought the same thing. I'm like, dude, if you just took out white and made it a cultural argument and just replaced it with some I don't know, fucking some kind of national idea, Westernism, some shit like that, right? Just play the semantics game a little bit with it, and it doesn't sound as bad, and you could agree with almost every fucking thing he's saying, dude. Without people getting all fucking irate about it.
Except that he's with every culture, then you probably could make that argument. Because that's more or less what the whole 1488 thing is.
I don't know. What I took from it was he was just basically...
Yeah, no.
He was basically... it basically amounted up to what he was saying was just basically take all the good parts of cultures from around the world and make something out of it that's fucking a little better. Because that's basically... His argument was that's what Europeans have been doing all throughout history, is kind of like incorporating the good parts of other European ethnicities, I guess, and cultures to make this, you know, Western civilization. That's basically what it boiled down to. But they mire it in racial identity with, you know, white, black, Mexican, all that shit that fucking mucks up like the finer details of the argument. And it's a purposeful thing. It's because people flip their shit and you get the outrage views and all that shit.
I hear.
I mean, to be fair, I would
fucking full of shit.
I can. To be fair, he still doesn't have shit on Richard Spector of the alt-right. Sorry, had to do a Golf City thing.
Yeah, I actually just found that, dude. That shit is fucking hilarious.
Wait,
it reminds me of
talk to me later.
Hell yeah, that shit reminds me of like the old when Adult Swim was good. It really does.
God,
we have much to talk about later then.
Man. Fuck.
Maybe.
Yeah, I miss when they actually had decent shows. Like, once Tim and Alan and those crackheads came on, they just fucking ruined everything, man. I was like, and I swear, that was like the calm before the storm. That was like the pre-social justice communism. Before it all fucking came with just, you know, shit-stained hammer and sickle and just said, we are going to rape your shit and you will like it because you are a bitch.
43. Okay, so I propose a new thing for Chaos. We need to start making timestamps every time Burnside mentions commies out of the blue.
We should count. No. I propose this. Everyone who comments on things that were said, fucking provide the timestamp, because I'm not going to fucking go backwards and look through all that shit. Christ, this is 2.5 hours, 3 hours sometimes. Just fucking post a timestamp, please.
Yeah. You know, honestly, though, the thing Burnside's saying is correct about the communist.
Oh, you're robot and Scoob.
Robots, all to hell.
Wally. Hey, Burnside.
Wally. Yeah, he's going to pop back in. Don't worry.
Well, while he's gone, Burnside, I just want to let you know that Vegas beat your Blackhawks tonight. Your big Blackhawks. Your very big Blackhawks.
The desert beat the fucking Chicago.
How? Did they just get fucking... Well, we're on the subject of D&D. What, did they get negative buffs for being in warm temperature? What the fuck?
The Vegas Golden Knights, the expansion team, has defeated the Chicago Blackhawks 5-4.
Like the
Scoop, Mike
sixes,
Test.
the aces,
Mike Test.
the sevens. Name them anything else.
Golden Knights.
Golden Knights.
What in the fuck? So what? This is an order of knights that play hockey that enjoy being urinated upon. That's some dark shit, dude. That belongs in the fucking porno store and Silver's fucking server, man.
Well, it is Vegas, and whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Unless it's mass shootings.
Wow. My shit's roboting. I jump out, I hop back in, and this is what I hop back into. What the fuck did I miss? Golden
Yeah, no, but you sound fucking fantastic,
It's the fucking
Scoop. You're fucking on
stick
point
Irving
here.
homosexual hour.
We're doing NHL scores.
All right.
And
Golden Knights.
Yep, the Golden Knights have defeated the Chicago Blackhawks, the big Blackhawks, the very big Blackhawks.
Apparently, they just got a royal golden shower.
All right, I gotta say it, man. At 6, would you bang a black trap?
This brings up though the bigger
The
debate:
amount
are
of joy
traps
in your
gay?
voice every time you say the Blackhawks, the big Blackhawks is so happy, and I'm just I have to ask, man.
But here's the argument:
the sexiness of my voice when I say it.
No.
Are traps actually gay? Because it may just prove that we love girls so much that we'll fuck anything that looks like them.
Obviously, you have not watched my house.
I've actually got
series.
a theory that the reason the trannies and the trap shit is so trafficked online is because most actual women, at least in America, look like dumpster fires.
I don't know. Somebody said that the other day. I thought it was funny.
When I go to when I'm out of the house, man, walking around, it's become insane how many fucking just ratty ass bitches are walking around in their sweatpants and pajamas and shit, looking nasty as fuck.
Oh, I second that.
It
I mean,
wasn't-
even over here when there's decent weather, they all look fucking ugly as hell.
Yeah, it
It ain't even that they look fugly; it's that they look funky. Like they look if you were within 6 feet, you'd smell them, and that ain't a good thing.
Oh yeah,
it looks like the people of Walmart have spilled out of the store into the street.
Yeah.
It's like an
Okay,
open
good. So
DMV.
this is a national fucking phenomenon. I was worried about that. I thought there was something in the water around here.
We'll see.
In the water.
See, the
Thank
Petri
God.
dishes
Thank
were the
God for that.
Walmarts.
This seems horrible.
Well, Walmart.
Yeah, the Walmarts were like the breeding ground, the Petri dishes, and now they spread out like zombies.
They
They've
literally
spread the
have.
fugly to other
Walmart's
parts
zombies.
of society.
So that's why people want
Fucking
traps
Walmart's
because because the bitches don't put any effort into it anymore. Whereas
Oh,
the
of course
fucking
not. I mean, you try and date them, they call you a fucking rapist and get you incarcerated, and then you're
whereas
really
the
taking
trap
big
wants to
black
be a
back.
pretty lady.
You know, I got a trap in my Discord. You guys could talk to if you really want to have this conversation, Pox.
I don't
fucking tease me,
think
bro.
Hero would like you putting his shit out there.
You know
like
it's really you.
No, I'm being dead fucking serious. There's one of the trolls in my server is a Romanian trap.
By all means.
And you know this how?
Is it? Do I know
Why
this
you talk to
person?
me about it? Probably.
Oh shit! Hold on. Check the side
the-
chat here in a second, Scoop. Oh my god! You might have just given me so much fucking ammunition for hilarity.
You fed the troll, dude. Great. Now he just got a level up plus the father perk,
Oh.
and got a plus point because it's troll father.
Well, I thought it was an orc.
Yeah.
What the hell's the difference?
Hey,
No. I'm reading what you wrote, Pox. No, not
Oh,
boys.
damn it. Damn.
hey,
that would have
Oh.
been fucking priceless. Yes. No.
All right. I'm a little less excited.
who's in control here?
Control?
Scooby,
Nobody.
share my fucking channel. Share my feed.
All right, hold on. Let me see. 'Cause I'm not even looking at the chat right now.
Irving, look at me. Look at me. I
Look at
am the
what?
captain now.
Look at your fucking white.
I am the captain now. Oh God, Mighty Duck Fun.
What does it need to be looking at? The G, the C, or the V?
Oh, come on. You guys never saw that Tom Hanks movie?
Which one?
Nope.
Never mind. Never mind.
Captain Phillips, or what the hell was it?
Look at me.
Yeah,
I'm the European now.
I'm the Swede now.
Yeah.
Hey, I reserve that title, man. I am your dignified fucking Caucasian.
Dignified?
Anything in chat here? What the hell?
Oh, Jesus Christ, she's hot as shit.
I concur. I concur. I don't know who you're talking about, but I concur.
Dude,
Riley
be careful
Dennis.
saying that. He's probably looking at trap pictures, dude. Urban's
I'm looking at Riley fucking Dennis.
Ironically
Yeah,
enough,
see, I
actually
told you there's
DM'd
something
you
wrong with
Bucks.
this guy. What's that?
He
Doing that
warned
thing
you.
with Riley
He
Dennis,
gave you
though.
fair fucking
Jesus
warning.
God.
Ironically enough, I was actually DMing Pox, so yeah.
She's fucking.
Where?
Discord.
Oh, okay. I'll check that shit later.
I nearly killed this man. Fucking 6.
I nearly died laughing, man. I was feeling the heart palpitations.
But
Wait,
look
what
at her.
happened?
I fucking.
Killed 6? Why would you kill 6? He's a sweetheart.
I didn't mean to, but I mean, look at this fucking chick, who is a dude that has he's 6'4" and has a fucking schlong bigger than mine. I'm assuming.
Irving, remind me never,
She's
never to ask you what
a
porn
pretty
you look at,
she's
dude.
a pretty little girl. I'd climb her like a jungle gym and fucking submit her. Holy shit!
I love how
Please, dear God, Irving, just remember private browsing. And if you ever fucking screen share a video,
I am all open about this shit. That right?
Oh God,
Riley Dennis is all women.
Holy fuck, man.
Women enough
The
for
only
me.
appeal I can see to Riley Dennis is to fuck her in the mouth and pretend like her Adam's apple moving is the head of your dick. This is the only thing. The only thing I can see that would give you any kind of fucking pleasure out of that experience.
All that I can hear in my head is the
Fox,
sound
you see
that
it.
bumpers make when you're playing pinball.
What about that Milo thing?
Stewart?
Oh, man.
Oh, wait, which Milo?
Milo
Milo
Stewart.
streams with Riley Dennis every once in a while, and it's another
Little
one of those
Milo.
like I don't know. What are you?
I know what you mean. That gremlin. I don't know what gender it is, so I just call it a gremlin at this point.
Yeah, the little
Drake,
pretty
if she turned 18, I would fucking take her shit up too.
In all sincerity, I kind of feel bad for some of these people, like Riley Dennis and that Milo Stewart.
I
because
genuinely
they
feel bad for these people.
on multiple levels, because one, they're already they were awkward, weird ass teenagers, which sucks for fucking everybody. Like we all get that, right?
Right.
But on top of that, they fucking committed themselves at a very young age to this ideal system that's borderline mental illness.
Yeah, borderline.
And did it in a public way where if they pull back from that, they're going to lose an entire support structure, dude. It's a fucked situation when you actually look at it without trying to, throw shit at it. It's fucked.
Pox, if I may. Riley is not so young as Milo. And I think she went through a whole lot of shit. Like, this chick is fucking 6'4" in male. And that's a hard way
not
to
a fucking thing, Irving. You can't be a chick who's 6 foot and male. Irving.
No. I actually
Did you just label someone inappropriately?
No, we're not going to do this.
Hold on.
We're not doing this.
Are we assuming gender?
Hold the fuck on. I know biological women that are 6'4".
Oh my God.
Okay, they exist, son. They're rare, man. You're not wrong.
We call those volleyball players.
I was going to say, were they white, covered in fur, and growl a lot?
Nope, they were fucking native fucking Canadians, Ojibwe girl. Not the point.
Was it a bear?
Say that again.
My point is that Riley Okay, sure. So many years of fucking being male and doing the hormonal treatments and going into the fucking surgery.
How old
She
was
has
your
ad-
How old was your wet trap dream when they started the hormone treatment and like committing to
This
the
is my-
idea of
this is my buddy's
I'm a
wife
chick
who
with
is
a
still-
penis? How
this
old were
is
they
my
when they
buddy's-
committed to that? How old were
This
they
is
when
my
they?
buddy's wife who's still a woman, Pox. Hold
Oh,
the
okay. I'm
hold the
sorry.
fucking phone.
I'm sorry.
All right. And this this chick, Riley, right? Maybe it was late for her, but you know what? That's not late for everyone. And you can't fucking judge the outliers and then claim that that's right for everybody. Right?
That's
So-
not what I'm doing. I'm judging.
No,
the
no, I know
individual
you're not. I know
situations
you're not.
as Best
But
I can with the
I'm trying.
information.
I'm trying to agree with you that certain people, right? And here they shut down a whole fucking what's the word? Documentary that basically said that most people outgrow this. Right? So poor fucking Riley, who's one of the fucking 0.1% that didn't outgrow it, grew into a man who was 6'4", right? And then decided, you know what? I'm still a woman. Okay. You're biologically male and you want to live as a woman. I can accept that. And you're 6'4" now, right? And you're doing the hormone treatment. You're doing the fucking surgery. Okay, great. Good for you. I know that's hard. I know that's going to come with a lot of fucking trouble. And I don't want to give you a whole bunch of shit about it at this point, right? Because your life is fucking shit. Like, don't tell me for a second that when you're born fucking male and you think I'm a woman and that's the only way I can fucking survive. Okay, yeah, no, your life is going to suck. It's going to be so hard, right? And I'm empathetic to that. I'm not gonna fucking tell a 12-year-old who decided I'm a boy while I have a vagina. I'm not gonna be empathetic to that, right? When you hit your fucking years of majority, your years of fucking becoming who you are.
Irving, my God, son. I don't even know where the fuck you were going with all this, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm all over the place.
You've been drunk and rambling for like 5 minutes, and I love it, dude. But I'm lost. I have to kick the soapbox off from under you for a second, dude.
Hawks, I'm all over the place because this situation is all over the place, and it's all over the place for a fucking handful of people.
Well, the reason why it's all over the place is because Gay Rights Incorporated is so decentralized. It hasn't gotten its shit together. It's
gay rights
all over the place because they've added so much crap into it. It imploded in upon itself. So there's no organized structure for any of it. So any of the people that want to change their genders, whether they are legitimate, like Riley Dennis's that want to become women, or they're identifying as your sofa and they want to be sodomized. You know, there's no actual regulatory organization or any type of general activist, group of some kind that holds an office that could say, well, hey, we're going to help you out with this.
You're not
wrong. They're all over the
place. You're not wrong. And let me draw the line. Gay rights are not fucking trans rights, and trans rights aren't fucking universal. Okay? Gay rights are exactly as my dad fucking described them. Gays want to get married? Yeah, fucking let them. Let them be as miserable as the rest of us. Okay? Trans rights, though, children do not decide. End of story. We do not fucking let them. We don't let them make decisions, because if children made decisions, it would be never homework and always candy for dinner. So you know what? Grow up, turn 18, you learn, you can vote now, and you can choose your own fucking gender, and you can take your own fucking hormones. I don't give a shit if you're fucking what the fuck was Justin Dennis? Yeah, let Justin Dennis be Riley now at 18. No earlier. no hormones for you until then. I don't care if you hit fucking 6'4" and I have to climb you like a jungle gym to get up in there. Okay? That's not my fucking problem. All right? You will learn to live as a woman, or you will learn to live as a person, but you have to learn to do that or the other or both. Because you know what? Prior to that, 96% of children outgrow it. And we can't give you fucking hormones to stunt your fucking growth. We can't give you hormones to make you the other gender.
Yeah, it'll kill you. It'll give you cancer. There's so many neurological fuck-ups.
Forget that. You will live long enough to regret it. 95% of the time, you will live long enough to regret it.
I have a question, Irving. I have a question. How in the hell did we get on this subject discussing NHL scores?
I don't know.
Was this my fault? It's all my fault.
And then we were trying to explore Irving's weird attraction to a 6-foot-tall chick with dick.
It started off.
It's just been spiraling. I've just been enjoying it, dude. It's great.
He's sexy though.
So should we go with the NFL scores now?
Yeah, let's go back to the scores.
Fucking giant knuckles.
Oh, no, one last thing. One last thing. Irving, you are the first and only person who's ever equated that the two things like gay rights and trans rights are two separate things. You might have something going. And if the other quad-gendered, trans-dimensional, fucking whatever they want to identify as lords get that, maybe there is hope for them to get their shit back together. Because the reason why this is a problem is definitely because no organization left. None whatsoever. They are just claimed victory at gay rights, imploded from there, and decided, let's now go have sex with everything.
It's very much two different things, and anyone who thinks it's not, they can fucking come talk to me. Right? That's a conversation I'm willing to have.
Awesome.
Right? Because why? Because there are fucking twinky little dudes that I would fuck, and there are fucking trans dudes, trans women that I would fuck. So you know what? I think I'm in a unique position to defend both heterosexuality and homosexuality and fucking transsexuality.
You know, there is a problem.
Pandering.
No, not at all. Not at all. You know what?
This is false unless you suck a dick video or it didn't happen, dude.
No, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm
call it, man.
I'm Pogs. Fuck, you got me. I am strictly a top. Right? Bitches suck my dick. I don't suck their dicks.
You know, Irving, you're gonna have a problem with Riley. Because guess what?
Yeah,
Riley's
I've
lesbian.
I've heard the stories.
Wait a minute, you went this whole entire rant and didn't know that she was lesbian still?
So, you know what?
This shit makes no fucking sense now.
I know, ain't it cool?
If this chick has anything to do with me, she'll be totally sub because she has no other choice.
You're talking.
I will make it so.
Talking about another top that's a foot taller than you.
Irving, I gotta say,
a full head taller than you, and you think you're gonna be the top. Okay.
Well, you know he's gonna throw on that Canadian charm.
I'll fucking judo that chick to the fucking ground for 2 minutes. Don't you fucking worry. Don't you worry about me. I don't bottom, and I won't.
You won't be the first Canadian beat up by a trans lesbian. Don't worry about it.
What am I, Justin Trudeau?
Hey, $5 said you try and bang this whatchamacallit that you're gonna have to like climb the 6'4" twink gal or whatever that you gotta climb on top of. $5 says he calls you Justin Trudeau.
I don't think you'd insult him like that. Come on.
$5 says while you're in the process.
I'll take it up the butt, but I won't be called Justin Trudeau, buddy. Like, fuck.
Holy fuck! This
there are some white flags that he will not wave.
I guarantee that's not
My man.
here before you get penetrated is how's it feel, Justin?
So, Burnside,
It's really
Irving,
funny
which one of
because
you guys is
Riley's
gonna put the dress
original
on
name
first?
is Justin.
Oh fuck! God damn.
Oh, Irving, you guys. Fucking Irvin talking about taking in the ass, and Burnside's over here giving him lube tips. What in the fuck?
You know what?
This is what I've decided to do with my Friday night.
Dude, that's the only way
This
it
is
makes
how
sense.
Chaos 120. This is how Chaos
Yeah.
120 discusses sports.
Let's do it.
Seriously,
The
let's
hockey
get
scores. Let's move on. Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna go into those hockey scores. Definitely, Irv. But there's just one
let's try to bring it back from fucking Irving's anus for a little bit.
Yes, definitely. But there's one thing I just have to mention though, really quick. Mentioned in chat. This is a little close to home, folks. I shared a cell with two broads last night, and one of them had a beard.
No. Hold on.
Lee also asked who is Riley Dennis. Riley Dennis is the tall tranny that Irv wants to mount, and that's what derailed the score. So, okay, that just brings chat back up to speed because they got a little bit lost. 6, please, with those hockey scores.
Okay, I've already discussed the Vegas Chicago scores, and that, of course, devolved into that spiraled down into Irving's anus. So we'll continue on with the Florida Detroit scores. Good news for Sylvanas' Detroit Red Wings. They have defeated Florida Man 4-2. And another not Irving Twin favorite team, the Ottawa Senators, have defeated the San Jose Sharks.
Oh, that's something. It's not the fucking Leafs, because fuck them. But Ottawa, I'll fucking take it.
Yeah, let's see. The Winnipeg Jets.
Uranus, buddy.
That's my team, bro.
The Winnipeg Jets have defeated the Buffalo Sabres 4-3.
Good. Fuck
Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Scoob, but the Pittsburgh Penguins have defeated the New York Islanders 4-0.
Damn it.
4-0, dude. Out.
Yeah.
Damn Sidney Crosby.
Damn, dude.
Oh, is that it for NHL?
Looks like it.
All right. NFL update. Colin Kaepernick, still a cocksucker, still unemployed.
Hey, I can raise my glass to that.
Oh, God, if I only had a beer.
All right, gentlemen, we've been running a little bit late, but it was worth it. This has probably been one of the most entertaining things I've done in a while. Since there's a bunch of us, let's really quick. Before we go through all of the outros, I just want to mention for everyone watching, Herb's going to be hosting late night on his channel. With this is After Hours with Irving Twin. So, what if you guys know? Just go check out Irving Twin's channel. That's Irving Twin on YouTube. That's where After Hours is going to be. That's After Hours with Irving Twin. All right, so we're just going to go really quick through our outros. We're going to start with
roll the D20.
GCV.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on the stream as always. I'm GCV. You can find me on Twitter. Mostly hang out on the Discord and stuff. So you can find me on Scoop's Discord, Irving's Discord, all hail that blue whale, Fright Power, all that kind of fun stuff for Cult of City.
Very cool. Greater Ajax.
Links are in the description.
All right. Irving Twin.
I'm the only Irving Twin on the internet. I also want to fuck Riley Dennis, and that's fucking weird for some reason. I'll be doing After Hours in a few minutes. Hit it at 1:30. Yeah, and
we're gonna continue the Riley Dennis
if
debate.
you don't like it, go fucking fuck yourselves, Christ!
I will mail you Chicago Blackhawks season tickets.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Mentistry.
Yeah, Ministry, Alt Ministry on Twitter, and yeah.
Nitro.
I'm also known as Burnside's roommate, as some of you might have seen before. But thank you for having me on the stream. You can follow me at Alexander Montoya at SpiritUp111 at Twitter.
Órale, vato.
Oh,
Fox.
I'm Irving Twin. I'm the only Irving Twin on the internet, and I would like you to send me all of your Photoshop or real nudes of Riley Dennis. As many as you can. Irving Twins at minds.com and Irving Twin on Twitter and Gab AI. Yeah, all of them. I need all that sweet.
I do. I need it all.
Riley Dennis trap dick that you can send me.
Make sure you get the close-ups of the Adam's apple.
I'll fucking rub my schlong, the head of my schlong all over that.
Extra points for good knuckle shots on mines.
Oh Lord. 6.
Irving's tried to kill me, but I am not dead yet.
My man. He's a survivor.
I'm a
Just on the
survivor,
inside.
man.
Oh
I am a
man.
survivor.
She was with us earlier, but she hopped out. Sylvanas Darkangel, and I, of course, am Scooby331. You're watching my channel, which is Scooby331. I'm not really that creative. You can follow me here on minds.com and on Gab AI. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. This was a lot of fun, guys. I had a blast. Thank you.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So, chat, I want to thank you guys for sticking with us. I had a blast. And, yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow night on Weibo's channel. And, chat, I'll talk to you guys personally next week. Take care, guys.
Riley Dennis versus Weibo Jones.
Later.
Good night.
Good night, all.
Good night, everyone.